I bet. Am I on? Am I there? Am I live? I thought Griffith was messing with something over there. We're back here in the Bako Motorsports Power Hour, and we're joined by Stephen Blakesley and Derek Thorn, who is a professional race car driver. And I bet he's never had to deal with mutant sheep in the roadway before.
No, I don't think I have.
He's looking at our board here from the First Look with Scott Cox show. All right, we're going to talk Kern County Raceway Park, and I tell you what, Mike Griffith really indoctrinated me to Kern County Raceway Park because we went out there pretty much about once every 6 weeks while it was under construction because it was Mike's favorite thing to do. And he said, let's go have lunch and then we'll go look at the park because he liked to see it being constructed. And he loved to get into the minutia of it being built. He loved to know what kind of sheetrock they were using. He loved all of it. And now it's here, and you guys got your first season done. Steven, second season underway, right?
Yeah, we're getting ready for our second season on Saturday, this Saturday, April 5th, with the DC's RV Center 100. We'll have the Spears SRL Southwest Tour here. And arguably, they put on the best race we had last year back in September. So we're bringing them back twice here in 2014. And I know a lot of those guys have circled this race on their calendar as the series goes. It's the largest entry list they've had in quite some time with 27 teams. So we're really looking forward to this weekend.
So that's going to be an exciting race because, I know sometimes there were big car counts and sometimes there were so-so car counts, but to have that to start off the year, that's a great way to start.
Yeah, I mean, you're coming off of 8 years and not having pavement racing in Kern County, so it's taking people time to get their cars built and get into our scheme of things. But this weekend, we'll have 5 former Southwest Tour Series champions in the field, 3 of which have not raced in almost a full season. So this race drew them out, when they were kind of semi-retired. So we're kind of proud of that.
Right. And not even pavement racing was sort of almost dead in Southern California, kind of at the smaller level. A lot of tracks closed down over the period. And so Kern County was kind of the first one to kind of come back, right?
Absolutely. And so we're trying to see how we can work with the other racetracks like we are here today by having the dirt track here with us. And that's our long-term goal, is to try to all work together and grow motorsports in Kern County.
All right, let's real quick talk about this big race coming up. The first race coming up here, it is on Saturday, the Spears SRL Southwest Tour DC's RV Center 100. Grandstands open at 4 o'clock, racing at 7, $20 for adults. Again, I mean, completely affordable for a great night of racing for sure, right?
Yeah, and we have the $52 family pass for 2 kids and 2 adults. And we also have the SRL S2 Tour, the Legends, the Bandoleros, and fireworks after the races.
I didn't put that in there because that's the thing that people want to go see, that blow stuff up.
That's right. That's right.
That's
Everybody
the best.
loves stuff blown up.
That's exactly. All right, come to some of the quick future races. The Monster Energy opening night on the 12th. The Coca-Cola night on the April 19th, and then on that should be April 26th. There should be NASCAR Citgo Lubricants race, right?
Yeah. So the Monster opening night, that's our first NASCAR night of racing, and then on the April 19th event, Coca-Cola night, the first 500 fans get a Coke hat. And then April 26th, the NASCAR guys are back for another race.
All right, let's talk. Let's talk to Derek Thorn. Let's talk to Derek Thorn.
Buddy.
There you go. Well, we have Derek Thorn with us, Lewis, and he's the 2012 SRL champion. So you're one of those 5 former champions, and also our 2013 K&N West champion, and a Bakersfield native. What do you think of that? Or not native, I should say. Bakersfield now. You're a Lakeport native, right?
Yeah. No, it's been awesome. To be in Bakersfield I think I've been here for like the last 5 years. Coming from Lake County, lived in Wisconsin for a few years. Now in Bakersfield resident, and to be able to be part of this program here today. This is neat to have this inaugural kickoff, like you're saying earlier, to be able to work with the tracks in the area, the dirt track, the drag strip, and then the Kern County Raceway Park. It's neat to be part of this deal. And, with our event coming up this weekend here at Kern County with the SRL Southwest Tour, the truck series originated right here in Bakersfield at Mesa Marin. And it's neat to see, you guys put together a great facility to have the Bakersfield. Not only am I from Bakersfield now, but the SRL Southwest Tour is right here locally in Bakersfield. So to see, all these divisions and racing, and racing chapters, racing venues working together to make the sport better is awesome.
So the stock photo that we have of your car from last year is at Madera Speedway, and of course, you guys had some fireworks a couple weeks ago between yourself and the 2013 champion Jim Pettit. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, that isn't old. That's like 2 years ago right there.
I have another one too. Here's another one too. This is
K&N series.
A little different team, but hey, it's got 4 tires and a steering wheel.
There you go.
Tore up some stuff with that thing.
You're trying to avoid talking about.
Oh man, it was an interesting deal. Did I move him? Did I use my front bumper? Yes. Did I wreck him? No. He was in the groove I needed to be in to win the race, and it was 1 lap to go, and I did everything I could to make sure that I wanted to win as bad as he did, and it came down to it, and did he spin out? Yes, and I got disqualified for it. So we're going to go to Kern here and probably have a little bit of a rivalry going on.
Nice. And that's what people like. They like those rivalries, like those setups. They like the tight racing that's gonna happen. I mean, again, that's the thing. It's kind of the theme of this too, is that, you know, in the oval racing too, it's the big super speedways seem to kind of be problematic, but it's the tight stuff that the short track stuff that people are seeming to really enjoy now.
Well, that's the biggest thing I want to ask you, Derek, is, I mean, Madera Speedway is a 1/3 mile racetrack. You're looking at a track now that's arguably one of the fastest tracks in your series. Is your mindset going to be a little bit different now compared to the way things were at Madera?
There's a little more room to move around here. You know, at Madera, they coaxed her up the top groove when we were there, and the bottom groove just never came in. You know, so somewhat similar to a dirt track, you get stuck in a groove, and sometimes you just can't make it happen on the bottom, regardless of how good your car is. So at Kern, the facility itself and the track size is a little different, and you can race a guy side by side, and you have more room to race side by side to where you don't have to necessarily make that contact. Instead of doing your 90 miles an hour at Madera, we're doing 130, 140 miles an hour now. So your room for error is a lot smaller, and the track's bigger, and you're able to race side by side, not have to really move a guy to get by him.
Derek, tell me a little bit about the your experience kind of with Kern County Raceway Park and seeing it closed for so long and then to kind of come back in the last year and a half. Tell me your thoughts about that.
Yeah, I was being from Lake County, never to get to see or be on Mesa Marin before it was closed down. But to see Kern the way it's developed, and to be, I lived in Wisconsin for a few years, so I got to go 15, 20, 25, 30 racetracks on the East Coast, and to go and have the experience of going to those places. And now that I see Kern is probably one of the most beautiful short track facilities in the country, and it is an absolute blast to race on. It's got a lot of characteristics of a lot of big tracks that are also back east. So not only is it fun to race on, it's awesome for the fans. It's great to come out to, and it's just a great thing to have for our fans and race fans in Bakersfield.
Now tell me this. I mean, this is kind of my recurring theme. Yeah, go ahead and run that video, Chris. We'll just kind of show some video of what it looks like to race there. Fans, casual fans. I want to bring my family out, and here's some video of the track. This is from last September, right?
Yep, this is last year's DC's RV Center 100. And now those are the S2 Tour cars. They're kind of the entry-level Southwest Tour cars that we'll be racing. But even these cars are well over 100 miles per hour on the straightaways, and they put on some really close racing, as you can see.
One thing coming from racing, it's always different going there in person. TV never does sports justice. You see them big basketball players on TV, and it really never does racing justice. To be standing next to the fence, at a car going by at 140, 150 miles an hour is a lot more exhilarating than seeing it on TV. And it's such a cool experience to see right there.
Believe me, I've covered the March Meet the last 3 years in a row, up close and personal. And there's nothing. I mean, I was watching Top Fuel Funny Car stuff on TV the other night, and it just doesn't even do it justice at all. The power of those cars as they go down, and all the stuff that kind of falls down out of the sky when they get done.
Yeah.
But is that your main message to just a casual fan? Hey, it's like, what, TV doesn't do it justice. You got to come out and experience.
Oh, absolutely. It's more than it's about everybody coming together. Some people enjoy the races. Some people just love hanging out and being in that atmosphere, hanging out with your friends, your family. Your kids get to come down and get autographs from the drivers. Great to see everybody kind of involved and kind of mesh together. And everybody goes to races for different reasons. Some go to see the cars go fast, and some kids love to see the drivers and come to the pits. But people come down after the races. Come on down, come to the pits. I'll sign autographs.
I didn't see that part. Chris, play that again. I didn't. What? Back it up for a second. I missed this part. Well, what is this?
What, he's doing a burnout?
No, right here. This is like the really short.
The legend cars, right? A quarter mile.
Yeah, that's the unique thing about our racetrack, Lewis. Is we have a 1/8 mile track, a quarter mile track, and a half mile. Now Mesa Marin was just the half mile.
Right.
And now here's the big boys, and there's Derek in the 43 car running the third spot. Derek, the biggest thing I always take away from this racetrack the first time I saw it is how it goes uphill coming out of turn 2 and then downhill into turn 3. A lot of that's because of the pits being in the infield. What's that sensation like for you as a driver when you're going kind of up that hill coming out of turn 2?
It's cool. You get a lot of really good forward bite up off of 2 driving up the hill, and then getting down into 3, you're going just the opposite to where, you're doing 140 miles an hour, getting off in there, getting on the brakes, turning the wheel, hoping it sticks. A lot of times the back of the car will want to step out on you. You'll have to drive it down the hill, getting into 1 or into 3 and 4. So it's a very driver demanding track. You know, not only the speeds, but then also the layout of it, because the back stretch is higher than the front stretch for the fans' perspective, so they can see the track better on the back straightaway. You know, and it makes it, not only does it look cool for the fans, but it throws some hurdles into how we set the cars up and how we drive the track.
What are your goals for this season, Derek? Going through?
Win. No, it's been fun. Byron Campbell and Carol Campbell are the two that own this team, and they put together such a great group of guys with Mike Keene as the crew chief. And this entire team, we have, you know, awesome equipment, and we've had great success the last 2 years, and I feel we're even more prepared now than we have been the last couple. And, you know, as you saw at Madera with Pettit and I, we got a nice little rivalry going on, so there's going to be some races in there where I'm sure there'll be some ruffled feathers, and it'll make for good racing. It's good for the series, but, you know, as a team as a whole and as a driver, you know, I want to be able to go out and win, set fast times, and, you know, try to win the points championship.
All right. Well, Steve, we got about 60 seconds left. Let's just reset real quick.
Well, I have, before we let Derek go,
Yeah.
he brought his fiance with him, and
All right.
and he's been traveling quite a bit with racing, so I think she knows what she signed up for, right?
I think so. She seems to be pretty level-headed. She's pretty mellow, so she keeps me grounded as much as
Right.
possible.
So we'll have Derek Thorn and the rest of the Southwest Tour drivers this Saturday for the DC's RV Center 100 Southwest Tour Series. Also the S2, the Legends, the Bandoleros. $20. We open the gates at 4, autographs at 5:30. We go racing at 7, and it all ends with fireworks.
And hopefully we'll see some great video from Saturday night next week on next week's show, and look forward to
Absolutely.
talking to you again. All right, we're going to be back. Thanks to Derek Thorn and Stephen Blakesley and Kern County Raceway Park. Get out there and see these guys run on Saturday night. We're going to be back with more here from Auto Club Famoso Raceway as we recap the 2014 March meet right after this here on Bakersfield.com.